Why hello there, it is your average YouTuber doing a average thing on a average Thursday afternoon, or whenever you are watching this. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is, unless of course you need to be asleep. That is a little concerning. Okay, today we're going to be doing the 2TC achievement with the Grandmaster Ninja and the Popseidon. Now the trick to this entire ordeal is to get Grandmaster Ninja before you get Arctic Knight, because of a certain round in which the Balloon Jitsu would be completely overwhelmed by all of the regrow zebras that appears on that round, and that round being 61. But we do need to make these spots work, and I hope this is an optimal spot for our Mermonkey. It doesn't look very good right now, but once we get more range, thanks to getting some EchoSense Network and Riptide Champion, we will be able to tear them all a new hole of reality called death. Get some discipline and seeking shuriken. I always feel like that this is the better cross path when it comes to a 2TC, unless of course you want something incredibly specific, which requires some early decamo. But in all honesty, I think relying on Ninja decamo is a little bit of a poor option. I think there are some 2TCs out there that requires the decamo of the Master Bomber, but I think that is pretty much about it. You always want to stick with the Seeking Shuriken option to make sure that you use your Pierce to its optimal performance. Now, I hope we don't need to get double shot, although there may be the horrors of not being able to get Riptide Champion by round 28 if we do get double shot. So we may just have to take a bite. So we may just have to bite the bullet with this one and just go through with it. The Riptide Champion is mainly for the Mer class balloons in this little spot here. Once you get to Popseidon, you'll definitely be able to reach all of this circle here. You will be our lead popper, and you'll be our purple popper, and also the zebra popper as well, and white popper. And with our combined skill sets, we should be able to pop any balloon. Though we're not there yet when it comes to our issues in performance. But alas, okay, we were able to reach this entire circle now, which is good. And we could have gotten double shot. Okay, that's good, that's good. Round 27, done and dusted. Round 28, thanks to the Riptide Champion's new buff in update 49, Riptide Champion can actually pop leads now, where you had to get Arctic Knight before this Mermonkey could be able to pop leads. But now this is a thing. I don't feel like we actually need the EchoSense Network for the time being, because of how much of a circle we cover here. I didn't remember from calculations if double shot was going to get in the way of Riptide Champion being able to be a thing before round 28, so that's why I was holding off on it, but I did not need to worry. If only if you were able to combine both cross paths together, then we would have ourselves a homing trident that can actually move at a decent pace, because at the moment these tridents cannot keep up with pink balloons and yellow balloons, etc. Luckily, DETs are a big enough target so that the travel speed is not a big hindrance. I like to think I have a very good hard drive when it comes to this game, but my memory RAM in order to access that data at that given point in time is very poor, and how I'm able to perceive it is also quite poor as well. So that is round 40 taken care of, just about there though. But do remember that when we have more Moabs on the screen, this thing can fire more often, even when a Moab is not within the range, because there's another target in order to relay off. I would like to get Arctic Knight to increase in power, but we cannot, because it will make round 61 impossible. So we're just going to have to win it with a multiple Moabs, which we will be going up against in the 50s. The idea of just throwing so many shurikens so quickly is really cool, but when it comes to its performance, it's fallen from grace since the early days of Balloon Tower Defense 6, where it was able to do a 2-tower chimps with a perma brew. Like, those were the days of the Grandmaster Ninja, where it had nearly twice as much attack speed, if I remember correctly, and nearly twice as much Pierce, if not twice as much Pierce. But nowadays it's well, each shuriken is more powerful, but you got like half the Pierce and nearly half the attack speed. So even though it sounds silly, but paired with Permabrew, I would much rather have the former rather than the latter of higher attack speed and higher PS per projectile. Can we go for round 49 though? That is a big question. Need you to remain on strong, so you're always trying to get the rainbows down as quick as you possibly can. Here we go, firing upon these, which means we've got a little bit more room in order to have our tridents hit the Mer class balloons just like that. Need to put you on first, I know. A little bit of a long shot here. Oh gosh, round 50 is... I don't know why, but round 50 is going to be quite hard. Take out the lead balloons first. I feel like that's going to be a big thing when it comes to the Balloon Jitsu Ninja. Put you on first. I kind of would like all of these targets to be out of the way and preferably not frozen as well. Oh, I think we've done it when it comes to that. Now it's just the remaining Moab here, which we need to take care of. Hopefully we've done a little bit of damage beforehand. And we have only one retry required. Oh, thank goodness for that. I was almost about to have a heart attack there. God, those stingy yellow balloons like to escape for our defenses. We don't have any preemptive targets in order for this thing to chuck out tridents, which hopefully will hit a Moab, because this ninja is just too good against these camo pink balloons. But in a way, that's good. But this small niche, it may not be. Okay. Just need you to take care of the rest there. Thank you. Just do not create zebras, please, when you pop these ceramics, although you are, which is annoying. But at a certain given point in time, this would be impossible, A, because of not being able to pop leads early enough, but B, as well, because the tridents from the middle path used to be so that when it interacts with a white balloon or a zebra balloon, their projectiles would just disappear. Very, very unfun days for the Popseidon, and actually I just think that they were probably the worst days for this tower, but I think it's just definitely gotten a little bit better, but still not that great. I think the peak of its 2TT performance was back in update 44, when its default attack, had the plasma damage type, and its ability had the shatter damage type. Just something for everything. But it's not going to go through this, to goodness sakes. Need to keep you on strong. Right, put you back on first now, but I'm not very happy about that. Yeah, round 54, this is definitely going to be a round in which it's going to be very difficult here. It's just the white and zebra weakness in which we have here. Okay, put you back on strong. Hopefully that will do justice. No, they're too close. Oh, I need to find a way to do more damage against these Moabs. Oh, this is very promising. That's a very promising aspect. Put the Mermonkey on last so that hopefully it can actually kill the ceramics before they become zebras. That's pretty cool. Okay, need another 3,000 before we can actually get the weapon in which we need to get through round 61. And this is looking perilous. Mid-game perilous. Never heard of that before. Although that seems a little better. Again, last is a good choice for the Riptide Champion in order to get things done. Thank you for reaching over to those pink balloons when I needed you the most to reach over to those pink balloons. And I will continuously say that until, well, until now actually. We should be able to get it soon. Put you on last. Hopefully that is enough for what we need, and we should have you on the next round. Dear Grandmaster Ninja, who knew that you could be paired up with a Mermonkey, but we've got to get through this round first. And obviously we're going to die. I could have just left the camos to the ninja, really, and just concrete our fire down upon this Moab here, and that seems to have done it. Oh, it's on the cusp of extinction there, but we've got our Grandmaster Ninja now. The struggle with just Riptide Champion rather than going up to Arctic Knight was so worth it. Okay, now we are definitely going to go up to Arctic Knight. That is for damn sure. Round 60, BFB, not a problem whatsoever. We're going to put you on last so that hopefully you do actually gun down all of the zebras here. Yeah, this is looking very good. If it were just Balloon Jitsu, we would have no chance here at all. And that is all of the regrow rainbows. Regrow zebras dealt with. I wish they were regrow rainbows. Or regrow... No, actually not regrow ceramics. Regrow pinks? No. Actually, regrow blacks. That'll be put... No. How about just not regrow? Right, round 63. This is going to be a very turbulent round here. Let's go up to Arctic Knight and get that little bit of more range going on here. But we should have this in the bag, really. Just don't use the Arctic Knight ability on all of these ceramics. Otherwise, you're just going to transform into zebras. We are the creator of the African animal that has 4 legs and has black and white stripes. That's also called a zebra, by the way. Okay, so Arctic Knight, we're now a lot more powerful with the Arctic Knight on the field here. Not much to worry about now. I would say 95 could be a very bad round. 78 could give us a few issues, but we do have a Grandmaster Ninja for all of those pesky purple balloons. Round 95, a Grandmaster Ninja will be able to hold off against all of the purple balloons just fine. So many shurikens, but do not worry. The amount of snowflake shurikens that this thing fires out cannot even compare to the number of real-life snowflakes on the internet. We're just tearing apart these ceramics just using this Grandmaster Ninja. You do have power, but you just need like 20 of these little guys near you in order to unleash your full power, along with a homeland defense and ultra boost. And also, no, actually not also as well. I was about to say some take aim or bounty hunters take aim, but that's only for the range increase. It does not grant you lead popping. Oh, actually, Thunder Brew is good with you. 75 is done and dusted. Now, what about round 76? What can we do against this round? Zebra Maker, that's not a good thing. We use the ability later on the round when we don't have as many zebras. Oh, looking a bit tight here, but we have enough PS with the Grandmaster Ninja to do this with. 78, we can deal with all of these ceramics. There may be more of them than there were on 76, but at least they do not grow back towards their parent form and multiplying, just like parents do to create children. They multiply, they have that beating heart, and then once they decide to be damaged for some odd reason in real life, then they actually become, well, the ability to have children. I don't even know why I'm going on with this monologue here. Flare balloons, what the bloody hell are you talking about? This is Balloons Tower Defense 6, and yet you're going on about real life stuff? Yes, because sometimes I feel like having some real life stuff, and also just naturally as part of my talking rhetoric, but it's important to diverse your context or your content when it comes to covering games to include something that is about real life, rather than just feeling like an automaton that just talks about the game and only about the game and not have any kind of real life sentiment whatsoever. I know that's not for everybody, and I have nothing against that, people who do that, but that's just not my style. Round 80, ZOMG, you will definitely be taken down. Not much single target damage from the Grandmaster Ninja. In fact, in some cases, I feel like you are being outperformed by the Arctic Knight, and hopefully that will be the only Arctic Knight ability in which I will use throughout this entire run. Or we may need to use it again if we don't get Popseidon by round 85. Or perhaps we may need it for some of the later rounds as well. Thank you. Round 81, the birthplace of the Super Ceramic, where the balloons do not multiply when they downgrade, but the ceramic shell is just stupidly powerful. It goes without saying that we are past the most difficult segments of the game now, though we still have 95. That was a little bit of a, I don't know, of a butt clencher there. Okay, I did lie about not using the Arctic Knight ability again. We are kind of using it again, but just to take out some of these balloons preemptively, weaken them down, ensure we can pop them before we make it to the exit of the map. Okay, I don't think we need you. Actually, we do need you. Yeah, we do need you. Rely on this rock back here in order to ricochet the ice balls so that they can attack again. Projectiles attacking twice. Come on, attacks. You can do it. But you're just deciding not to favor me. Yeah, I definitely lied. I need to use the Arctic ability again. I need to use you again for my needs and desires to get through this scenario. Come on now. Okay, hopefully that does a little bit of work here. Zebra balloons once again posing a problem, but this should be okay. Target the Moabs and then you target the fortified ones. The small... Oh, we got Popseidon. No need to worry. All those things I said earlier about the ceramics, they are no longer an issue. Except when there's Zebra, then I need you. Yeah, while this has a lead, it's not going to last long, sorry, but you're just going to be completely outpopped by this demigod. When you're in a tier 5 cannot pop white balloons competition and your final opponent is Popseidon, and purple as well, but there's just too many competitors. At least with white balloons, our projectiles still remain on screen. I think Ninja Kiri realised that by making it so that the projectiles of the Popseidon disappears if it encounters a white balloon is a very dumb idea because of the fact that you always have the chance of getting a white balloon on a round. Although I've talked about this kind of topic several times in previous videos, so I won't dwell on it for too long, but essentially there's a chance that you always get a white balloon or a zebra balloon on every single round. Purple balloons, not as much of a problem, which is why plasma completely trumps frigid in my case. Round 93, but it does give a bit more incentive to have the white balloon as an existence in the game. Like black balloons, their only strength is from explosives. But then again, if you give even more strengths for black balloons, then you also give even more strengths for DDDs, which is not a good thing to have, really. Okay. Use the Popseidon's ability now. Oh, just need Popseidon to try and clear as many of these lead balloons as possible by default, and then just clear everything else out. Hopefully that is enough. That is definitely enough. Yeah. Welcome to the slaughter, DDTs. Your opponent is Popseidon. Yeah, this game is pretty much game set and match now. This thing completely obliterates round 98. Still with a little bit of support from the Grandmaster Ninja just in case we do have any bright coloured balloons, which are too bright to be a yellow balloon. We haven't died to one of those today. I'm honestly surprised. It is tradition of flare balloons to die to a yellow balloon. Who are you? And what have you done with flare balloons? He always dies to a yellow balloon. Okay, fortified DMG's going down. Very nice. Although damage-wise, talking about like the best that a Popseidon has ever been, its damage by default is best currently, but just its damage type was best back in 44. There is an argument to be made though about both its ability and its damage type being plasma being the best it's been. Maybe an ability usage is required here. Put you on last so that you're always targeting the lastmost balloon. We can rely on all these rocks and trees to bounce our projectiles around. And that is what we call a much more successful time on this scenario. Brilliant. We've gone for round 98. Put you on strong so that you're always targeting the fortified DTs when they do appear. Round 99 is the round in which we will prove our worth. Oh, gosh. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance. No chance whatsoever. Put you there. Bounce you off the wall here. Hopefully we'll be able to get enough damage going. This is not a very good Talon resort, and it's just simply because of the fact that there's not really any projectiles to bounce off. You can't really say that the parasols and the single tree down southwest is a good thing to try and bounce off of. We're nearly there when it comes to the Popseidon's damage. Don't need to be ability. Nah, don't need the ability, but we're going to use it anyways. This will trickle down its HP. Just need you in a place where I can use you, and that is it. The last things that stand in our way are a whole bunch of zebra balloons, but we almost died there. Recently, whenever I've done these sort of challenges, my statistics are whacked. Why is this the case? Something to do with dying on a particular round. I think that was round 95. I think that was the round in which this just resetted upon itself, and that looks to be the case anyways. But we have definitely done more than this, but it's just that when you die in a round, you can sometimes actually just, well, not be able to get through a scenario with proper statistics, which is annoying. And yeah, as I said, this didn't last so long when it comes to being the Big Popper. This is indeed the Big Popper. It's only a really big popper if you pair it with other ninjas and other external stats, which then probably outperforms the Popseidon, but the Popseidon is just way too good at what it does. So yeah, everybody, that is what we call the Grandmaster Ninja and Popseidon 2TC. Mid-game, quite difficult, and a few sections of the late game, also a little bit difficult, but not too overwhelming. Just need to use your ability every now and then you are all sorted. This has definitely been done now, and this is proof. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Hope you all have enjoyed this video. There it goes, now in blue. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Please be sure to click that button down below, which is the subscribe if you have not yet subscribed there. But if you've clicked on it again to unsubscribe, re-click the subscribe button. I dare you. Actually, please do that. Okay, folks, if you are interested in purchasing anything from the store, like you don't want to have the annoyance of getting a lot of pops to unlock Desperado, even though there is a sneaky way in which you can get around 79 by putting a regrow farm down and then placing a Ray of Doom at the end of a track so it pops all of the regrows. And also get Rogue Legends. It used to be on a discount, but now it's no longer the case. Or She-Ra Prestige Pack, then please use my creator support code before purchasing them. And a tiny slice of the pie goes towards me, and I'm thoroughly appreciative of that. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.